It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wife! I am a wife!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It is 6:02 a.m. on this Tuesday, October the 8th of 2024, and it's The Gang. It's Roula, Ryan, Eric, such a K, and Sam.
Morning.
Eric and I are snapping fingers. We're the gang.
Yeah, we're the
When
gang.
you're a jet, you're a jet.
All I
the
know is
way
that
from
line
your
because
first cigarette
Eric calls
to
it
your
that.
last dying day.
No one knows what y'all are talking about.
West Side
West
Story.
Side Story. How do you
I've
not
never
know?
seen West Side Story, but I know from Eric all these years snapping his fingers when you're a jet. That's all I know.
When they did the remake I've a never couple of seen years ago, did they
Me
put
neither.
the
Spielberg?
song in?
Yeah,
the
they do that.
Spielberg.
It's the same thing.
It was like a scene for scene remake. It was basically the
Because
same.
people forget that came out if you're not a big fan of that movie because the girl that played the Rita Moreno character won the Oscar, but she won the Oscar the night that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
They forget.
So everyone
man.
talks
Oh,
about the
dang.
slap,
Yeah.
and
Stole her
nobody really
glory.
talks about like
Aw.
the winners.
That movie, like, as a kid, it aired like once a year or something on
Oh, like
ABC
Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, something like that. I remember my parents had put up, and I like, as in the Knives and Gangs. Not that kind of
and
gang.
musicals.
No, we didn't.
And you were into musicals.
It was a very
You
tough
were-
gang,
yeah.
but-
Spontaneous dance
You
number.
get what you get when you're 5.
Yep. Did you guys like every year before there were DVDs? Wizard of Oz came out, and it's like we'd have to plead with our
It
parents.
was broadcast on live television.
Yeah, so we
Once
have to
a year.
plead with my mom and dad because they were so hard sticklers about 8 o'clock's bedtime. You can't stay up late. I'm like, please. They're like, well, you can watch it until 8, and then you got to go to bed. I'm like, you can't walk out in the middle of Wizard of Oz.
It's so weird the parents would do that.
I know. I'd be like, I want you to watch this amazing
Parents must have
movie.
been like, we want to have some fun ourselves.
Yeah, they're like, we want to get drunk, smoke our cigarettes.
I can't
You
picture
guys go
them
to
having
bed.
fun at all
That's why they're divorced.
Yeah.
in any way whatsoever.
Not even then.
I have a Tree of
Oh, they were
Trust
loving.
question. Can we do Tree of Trust 6 o'clockers?
It's not 6:05 yet, so you're good.
Yeah.
So I think right now we probably have a good amount of people who work in hospitals that are maybe going to go to work. You think?
Yes.
Because the shift changed at
Sure.
7, right?
Yeah.
At 37530. So
Probably driving.
somebody very close to me was in a terrible car accident over the weekend, and I feel like they've gotten terrible treatment at Memorial Hermann. Who am I supposed to tell about that? That's what I want to
The
know.
trauma one.
Yes. I feel like there's been not good service
You
there
want to find a
at
big
all.
wig and then say,
Well,
hey, what's
I
going
just
on
feel
here?
like it's stunning for fourth largest city in America, trauma center, to have this kind of, and I get it. You're a trauma center. It's like Grey's Anatomy. There's people everywhere, but there is also a line of, hey, so if you're like dissatisfied with what's happening with your loved one, who do you tell? That's what I want to
Hmm.
know. 37530.
Can they be moved?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking, Kevin. Like, what are the rules? What are the rules?
Uh-huh.
Is that something like a question for your insurance company? Like, I would call Cigna and be like, "They're bitches here. I need to move."
I don't think so. Like,
do know-
getting through to your insurance company is
No,
hard
I don't
enough
think
to begin
insurance
with.
can help. I think you need somebody like in the in-house because the insurance company is like a series of like red tape and calls to robots.
Oh,
I'm saying
gosh.
like somebody in the building has to know because
But
I
insurance
remember
can move you because the people there are like, I don't care. Like, I don't do your insurance.
Yeah.
If I move you, then all of a sudden they yell at me or something happens
well,
to me.
here's what I know about moving. When my son was a child, like really small infant into baby years, into toddler years, he had to go to the hospital a lot because we didn't know what was wrong with him. And then we found out it was the mold killing him in the house. Okay, so I was so angry about a level of care he was getting at one facility that I wanted to move him to where my doctor was practicing. And they were telling me, it is a whole thing if you try to take him from here. We have already put the IVs in him 3 times. It is already so much torture for him. If you want to leave this place and take him to where you want to go, we have to take everything out of him, and we have to get him by ambulance to where you want to take him, and they're going to re-stick him and do everything that we did and have to reevaluate all the tests. Do you really want to put him through that? And it was the choice of, do I want to torture my baby or not, that I stayed where I stayed.
Our text messages say patient advocate.
Patient advocate, or you get a radio show and tell the whole city, and then
Or
then
put them
they'll
on
wake
blast.
Up. Yeah,
I just, I'm being really constrained. I'm being really reserved right now with what I really think.
you know, Rolla, you also have like 50,000 Instagram followers, so you know they tend to, when you tag them, with a statement, they tend to take notice.
Like United or something when they've airplanes, if you complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
For a
just
good reason.
stunned. I'm just stunned at the treatment of this person.
sorry to hear that.
That I
That
love.
sucks.
Having such a hard time. And I'm like, I don't understand this at all.
What's
How
the hard?
this-
Is it like from
just
the whole
negligence? I just feel like it's negligence. Like, how do you just not? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I just need.
It's hard for people to text though. They don't know what you're
They don't
saying.
know. Yeah, you're
very-
really
Well,
talking in
I
vague
understand.
generalities.
Okay, well,
You know what I mean?
under-
And bring
You
it
got to
up,
be
but then-
careful what you say.
Yeah.
You know?
that's why I have to be careful what I'm saying because it's
Yeah.
not my medical story. I just know that if you are
It's your reality.
severely injured and you like, is it right for them to try and rush you out of the system? Like, you can go home now, and you're like, what? But I'm broken and I don't have anybody to take care of me. I don't. There's so many layers to it. That's why I just want somebody to tell me, who do I talk to about massive level complaining that I need to let them know how it's been. Like more than one person I know was involved in this, and the other person was in the room alone with the door closed, no clicker beeper close to this person's hand for help, and the person can't move because they're broken, like their bones are broken, so they can't move their arms.
no one's
but
there to
they're
check on
and
them?
nobody's in there to check on them for hours. For hours.
Okay, there's a nursing director saying that you should ask for unit leadership. Service recovery is a large part of the job. It's in the hospital's best interest to resolve complaints before discharging patients, or they can file a grievance after, which impacts reimbursement. Oh,
Like the person that I love was told they were going to discharge this person, and the person that I love said, I don't feel like this is a safe discharge. And the person talking to my loved one said, well, we can call you an Uber or a Lyft if you need a ride out of here.
Oh.
That's what he was told. And I'm like,
I'd almost want to get out of there then.
that's what I said.
I'd be like, I'll take it.
I was like, can we go somewhere else then?
Yeah.
So I just need somebody that I can tell all the details to, because it's not
And
my.
you have to hire a nurse or something at their house.
Well,
be taken
yeah.
care of?
Right. Because what do you do? I'm sure the hospitals see it all. They see people who are alone in a city and have no friends and family. And if something happens to them and they have to go home, who takes care of them? What happens to you?
It's no longer the hospital's
Right, it's not their
responsibility.
problem.
Somebody calling them. Hey, Emma, could you grab that line 1?
Yeah. Amon's going to get that.
And everybody's got a different story, a different, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them. They actually saved my life. When I had my skydiving accident, that's where they took me. And I was going to die, and they saved me. So, I had a general good experience with them. So, I mean, there's always going to be a bad apple in any place that you go to.
Yeah,
no
and bottom
matter
line
what.
is, I feel like what I saw, like, there's a lot of trauma going on a Saturday night in Houston, Texas, at Memorial Hermann. There's a lot that we saw. And I kind of feel like it's like, when you're in a trauma situation with all these patients, you just want to make sure they're alive and move on to the next one you have to save, right? Isn't that the protocol? It's like, okay, we stabilize this person, they're not dying, move on to the next one to go to the next trauma room. I understand that pressure, but at some point you don't want to be left without. Anyway, I'm just upset, and I know I'm talking in vague generalities, but it's not my whole. I can't tell you all the details.
Right.
I just want to get the message out that I need somebody who hears our show to contact me so we can talk off there, and I can tell you everything I want to tell you instead of broadcasting it to everybody. You know what I mean? Make sense? Hopefully we get. That's why I thought the Tree of Trust 6 o'clockers.
yeah.
Well, I hope and pray that they're going to be okay. For
Me
you.
too.
I'm
Me
sorry.
too.
I'm sorry. I know.
Sucks.
I know who you're talking about, and thoughts and prayers for sure.
Thoughts and prayers.
I mean that.
No,
Thoughts
no,
and
I'm
prayers,
just-
thoughts and prayers in the Ram.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We got
you just
Push
wanna
Wind, Law Lions, Law Ravens,
you
Law
just wanna
Hawks.
make sure-
You got all
Law Lizard.
the animals. We have all the animals that practice law.
You have a lawsuit covered. That's easy. We
Yeah,
got tons of-
you
it's
go
taken
through.
You got
care
the
of.
hammer. We have the battle ram.
The axe.
We have the mallet. The law
But you
mallet.
have all the different
You just need
emotions.
someone to take care of them.
Right. It's like that doesn't help me right now, when somebody needs water and an emergency clicker.
Yeah.
It
First and
doesn't-
foremost, you're worried about their safety. And
their
once
comfort.
they're out of the woods, then you can get angry about what caused this and, take the proper steps.
Okay, well, thanks for that, 6 o'clockers, Tree of Trusters, 37530. If you'd like to contact me more, or at Radio Roula on my DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, I already have nurses and admin reaching out to me on my phone right now.
Oh,
who are
good.
Mad
Good.
I'm mad.
Because I am pissed. The bad words that I have been spewing the last 24 hours. Spewing bad words.
I'm getting the name of the CEO right now. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I got you. Hold on.
I like
I know
that.
some people. I've been sick before.
Hey, man,
I've been sick before.
I've attended some events. I've been sick before.
Let's all stand over here.
I know what it's
I
like.
once was ill.
When
right.
I ripped my abdomen open and they had to sew it back together, I was over there. I was like, hey, what's your name there? Oh, yeah, you run this butt?
Hey, tough guy.
All right. Today on the Roula and Ryan Show, don't forget, 8 o'clock this morning, Say It for Sabrina. I'll explain more about that if you're new to the show and you don't know what that means, to win an amazing Sabrina Carpenter experience. And also, it's scary movie season. Scary movie season. And how many times, no matter if it's a scary movie or an inappropriate movie, has somebody complained, I was in a movie theater and somebody was in there like their 8-year-old. That is not okay. This movie is not for an 8-year-old. There's an actual story about the majority of us and how old we were when we saw our first scary movie. So I'm going to go around the room and ask you guys, ask you what the movie was, and be shocked and horrified if it was way too young and way too gory for you. And we'll see how many of y'all are in this stat. Here's your weather for today.
All right, it's going to be a gorgeous day. Sunshine, a high of 87. Right now, 70 degrees and 613 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE. Back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop.
How old were you when you saw a scary movie? More than 2/3 of Americans were this age. So how many of us were this age, and what level of scary movie was it? Because now it's scary movie season. People are like, ooh, let's watch a scary movie. Oh, no, hold on.
So many different subgenres too, like slasher, suspense.
Yep.
Creepy thriller, torture.
Pee your pants, scared.
We'll get into it after Sabrina Carpenter, and we'll tell you all about Say It for Sabrina next on the Roula and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Little sugar. Little sucker.
in Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and that was Sabrina Carpenter. She's going to be here October 27, and we're doing Say It for Sabrina, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning. We are giving you a phrase. We reveal a phrase. You need to repeat back that phrase to us 4 times throughout the day. At 9 a.m., at 12 noon, at 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. We ask you to be caller 104. The number that you need to call is our direct line to the studio, which is 833-390-KRBE. So if you're caller 104, then you are a finalist for the Sabrina Carpenter Experience. It is 4 tickets in the KRBE suite, and you get a ride to and from the show, which is really fantastic. So we are going to kick that off at 8 o'clock this morning. Say it for Sabrina. It is scary movie season, the spooky season.
You know, I think every month is scary movie. Like when I try and look for a movie, a lot of times we just binge our favorite shows at home and like, let's try and break down and watch a movie tonight. And then you go through the choices and it's like everything is either a children's movie or a horror film.
I feel like horror films it used to be just, it was a certain time.
Like, yeah, certain time of year.
Now Ryan's right. Every month there's going to be something because that's where it's affordable. It's cheap to make.
It's cheap to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So
make a lot of money.
let's go
off
around
it.
the room. We'll go in this direction. So, Eric, how old are you the first
I
time?
remember watching some on TV, Amityville Horror, and there's some guy with a beard. I think it was
Josh Brolin.
Yes.
James Brolin.
James Brolin.
His Josh Brolin's
I just remember
dad.
seeing like oozes scared the hell out of me. I remember like
How old were you?
6.
6.
But when I came to a movie, it was
And you're watching the TV version.
yeah, TV version.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's
But then
been
it was
cleaned
like
up.
the Nightmare on Elm Street. I think I was like 11 or something.
Okay, Kevin.
Sleepover. That's when you
a
watch them.
sleepover.
Sleepovers.
How old were you and what movie was it? First time you saw a scary movie?
It was Pet Cemetery. I may have been 14 years old.
Okay,
Oh,
14.
you're older.
I was much older. I did not want to see anything scary whatsoever.
Okay, Sam, how old were you?
Mine was not a scary movie for anybody else, but for me it was because this is like as soon as you talked about this conversation, this is what came to my
What you
mind.
remember?
It was The Mask of Zorro.
That's not a horror film. That's not even a horror film.
I know, but I don't like scary movies, and I remember watching it when I was young, and it scared me.
Could be a bad film.
Well, how
So
old were
that-
you? Like, what's young?
I don't know. I just remember them like shooting
find out
and
when it came
stabbing
out.
them. It came out
Oh,
in
there's been a million.
1998 is the one
Okay.
that I saw.
26
So it was
years
just a
ago.
movie that had violence that scared you, not an
Yes.
actual
I
scary
don't-
movie.
I
That's
watch
the
scary
one
movies.
with
Okay.
Antonio Banderas.
Yes. Yeah, Mask of Zorro.
Maybe the bad guys.
So that was the only movie that really like
Maybe the bad guy scared you in that.
it was
Kind of like
There was
Temple
this
of Doom.
scary scene.
Oh, yeah, where he rips the heart out.
Yeah, that's
Oh, God, I couldn't watch that either as
Yeah.
a kid.
Okay, Ryan, how old were you and what movie was it?
I was never interested in horror films, but I did want to see a slasher film. We went to a Friday the 13th. So my brother and I, Doug, we snuck in. We bought tickets to one movie and we kept looking around. Coast is clear. We ran in and we watched this movie. And I remember my brother had to pee so bad. If you go out, we're going to get busted. You pee in this can. And he peed in the theater.
Just so you could
But
How old
I
were
think
you?
I was 13.
Did it scare you?
13.
Or
No, I was just like, cool.
yeah, I just loved it.
Because it was the thrill of sneaking the movie. Amon,
Yeah.
how old were you and what was the movie?
So I remember as a kid, I always begged to watch horror movies, and my mom was like, no. So my first horror movie was at like 10 years old, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, Rob
Rob
Zombie.
At 10.
Yeah.
Yes, and it scared the hell out
And
of
were
me.
you,
that
you were
wasn't
in the theater?
Scary, was it?
Yeah, no. I was at home.
Okay.
I was at home.
okay,
It was on
It's-
DVD.
Because they had like,
Okay, yeah.
It's like really creepy
The
the
guy
way
with the
it's
clown
like
makeup?
shot. Yeah,
Well, the fact that it's called House of a Thousand Corpses and
yeah,
you're
it
10.
was creepy.
And who provided the movie for you? Were by yourself watching it?
I wasn't like I snuck the movie.
You snuck the movie alone. And then did you not sleep and you're by yourself
Yeah,
in your
and I
room
watched
for like
it
weeks?
in my room. Yeah.
Oh, God.
and now it's so easy for kids because they
Right.
Yeah, you
'cause
can just
they
stream anything on your phone.
And it's scary. So mine was the television airing of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I turned it on right when this one girl Tina was being killed in her dream.
She's the blonde one.
She's the blonde one on the ceiling.
underwear, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with this girl? And I got sucked in. It was like the Channel 39 or like the Channel 20 version of
Yeah.
it. So I don't think it was even, I don't know what they cut out, but I was traumatized. And I think I was 14, maybe I was 13. The average American was 11 years old when they saw their first scary movie. So Eric is right there in the middle of the survey. 60% agree. Like, what'd you say, Eric? Slumber party.
Slumber party.
60% said watching your first scary movie at a slumber party is a rite of passage.
Now they watch like your kids, my kid, when they get together, they watch like
YouTube tutorials.
what was the
Yeah,
one they
right.
watched? The one where they're stranded up on a tower.
I don't know.
Free fall.
Fall. Yeah, fall.
Like there's people that are stranded, like they can't get on the boat. Like those 6 people, they're on a yacht or something. They all swim and the ladder fell off. They can't get them
Oh.
up on the boat.
Oh.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. I'm like, ugh. I'd rather watch a slasher movie. Those are like realistic, scary.
The slasher movies are fun because they always came with like a catchphrase or something, like poke a hole in them and stick around.
Should I ask you, kids? Like my daughter's 13. Her and a friend Sunday afternoon, they were watching the movie room, watching The Purge.
Oh my gosh!
They didn't even ask. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh!
They didn't even ask you.
Yeah, that's an intense
they
movie.
shut it off after half. They're bored.
It's
with
rated
it.
R.
They were bored with it.
I haven't even seen that. I don't want to see it.
I saw the second Purge.
I don't like creepy movies. Okay, so that's what you know.
What
And
does
if
that do
your
to
kids-
you psychologically? Like when you're too young and you
Well,
watch
it's like
something
saying you
like
see something with
that.
boobs and stuff. Does that make you a pervert and you just want to,
No, you're just curious.
Okay, let's go around the room with first time we saw something with boobs.
Way too young. Okay, that's really fun. But for real,
You're such a dork.
I have a question for Ahmad because he went to Austin City Limits Festival ACL over the weekend. It was 2 weekends, right? Or is there another one coming?
It's this weekend again. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you saw Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
And Chapel Roan was at the American Music Awards, and she did Barracuda by Heart. And I was thinking, how many kids even know that she's doing a song that's old?
She performed that at ACL.
She performed at
That's
ACL.
what
Oh,
I
that
saw.
was at American Music Awards that I was watching on
Oh, that was
Viral?
her. That
that
crowd,
was her
I saw the
ACL.
crowd and I went, that was worse than a horror movie.
Really?
Scary.
Ahmad, do you know the song Barracuda by
Yeah.
Heart?
Ooh, Barracuda.
But did you know she was doing that song? Or
Yeah,
Okay.
I could tell.
Do you think people in the crowd knew that that's not her original song?
Yeah, nobody was singing along, but they were like vibing. I don't think anyone knew the words
I don't think
besides
anybody cares.
Barracuda.
They just want to hear a good song.
Yeah, and she was great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many people thought, oh, I like this song that she does, and that she's not the original artist, but they don't know that.
And I must say, I love Chapel, but that was not a good version of it. She sounded off key, like knowing the original and then hearing her do it. I was like, girl, stick to your own ish.
Yeah, you get your vibe. You get your vibe. You don't need
What do you
that.
think, Ahmad?
I was just so mesmerized. Like the outfit that she wore was really like campy, like cowboy type of thing. And then like the set was just good. Like you know the songs and you're like screaming "Good luck, babe." Like that was a release for me. That was therapy.
Now,
It
Pink
was
Pony
really
Club?
fun. Pink Pony Club, that was fun too. And like I was around a lot of like bro-y, like college type guys.
Oh.
I was like, psh, they don't deserve to be at the front. They were singing every word.
Oh, they're in
They
it.
knew
really?
every word. It was so cool. Like it was
Austin.
definitely a vibe.
Mod's over there like...
Do you think she
Yeah.
won?
Sorry. Oh, hey.
Did Chapel Roan win
Muscles.
ACL? Did Chapel Roan win
Yeah, did she be-
ACL?
Over
It's
Dua?
a tie between her and Dua because Dua was
Really?
really fun. I know some people couldn't hear her, but I was pretty close and I heard her. Another one, I knew every word to every song because she's had every
I
hit.
think she's
on
really
that.
enjoying Austin because I see videos of her like she went to a honky tonk little bar
Yeah.
and was
Oh,
dancing
cool.
with some guy with the big old mustache and she's putting on
Eating barbecue.
Did you see her
those
Diet
boots
Coke
with the little-
recipe?
Over to Stubbs.
No.
We
What's
have
that?
to try
Oh,
it.
yeah.
What is
we
it?
have to try it. Okay, she gets a Diet Coke. She puts pickles in it and jalapeno juice. And she says it tastes so good.
Oh my God, is she pregnant? Good God. That sounns like something
Don't
a pregnant
start
girl
that
would
rumor.
try.
Yeah, don't start
Sounds
that.
better with the take the Diet Coke out though.
Just pickle juice and jalapeno juice?
Yeah,
I'd
that
have
might
regular
actually be
Coke.
good.
I don't like Diet Coke.
It does not taste like Coca-Cola.
And wait, speaking of Dua Lipa, her song Houdini, I had to explain to my girls who were singing along.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
do y'all know what Houdini is? Like, what is Houdini? Because they're singing the song Houdini. Houdini is a very famous
Escape
magician,
artist.
escape artist, right? He's Houdini. Like,
Yes.
you pull a Houdini,
Incredible
you disappeared, right?
feats.
But my girls had no idea. They just, that's like a word that Dua Lipa sings.
Do they even know any
That's so
magicians?
funny.
I don't think they know any magicians.
Famous.
David Blaine or
Any
David
word.
That guy,
Copperfield.
Chris Angel.
Yeah.
That was
don't
like
think
the
they know
last
them. Yeah.
magician for me that was popular.
Yeah, what's a generational magician for the 13-year-old crowd?
Guys
I
on
don't think
America's Got
there's-
Talent, they always bring one or two up.
Yeah, right. And I don't
finals.
think there was one this year, was there?
But will they have a name as big as Houdini? Houdini died
Chris Angel
98 years ago.
But David Blaine is still a name. Like to Ahmad's point, Chris Angel was still a name.
David
but yeah.
Copperfield, I saw him like disappear on stage and he was right like where Roula is next to me, not even arm's length. He just popped up right there. Like
Next to you.
And I noticed some guys because you're looking to your left. And I remember to the right, I don't know, you kind of see
Peripheral.
something, and then all of a sudden he just popped up. I remember my dad. He basically was on the chair above my dad's head. My dad's looking at the stage, clapping. I'm like, Dad,
Oh, that's cool.
He's right behind you. His junk is on your head. He's right there.
Eric, did you
Wow.
ever see, there was a movie with Christian Bale and Paul Giamatti, The Illusionist?
Yeah.
Or was it Ed Norton? Yeah, he was in it too, I
There's
think.
two of them because Hugh
There's
Jackman
two.
did one
Yeah.
against Christian Bale.
Yeah, it was
And then-
so good.
Or no, Christian Bale was Ed Norton. Man, there's
One of
two
them,
movies.
I think the twist
Prestige.
was he had a twin brother. That was the Prestige, I think.
Oh, somebody
that's the
made
big
a good
twist,
point
though.
on text. They said, please don't laugh at this. But when I was sick at home, I watched the Michael Jackson Thriller video on MTV, and that was their first scary movie. True story. Then I have to count that too, because as a child, you're like, it is a scary movie. The Thriller video is set up as a scary movie that is being watched.
And that was so popular. They rented that. You could rent that
On a VHS.
the John
yes.
Landis version.
Yeah.
I mean, the John Landis
It came
directed
with
video.
that. It came with the making of. So that's how they filled the time.
Yeah,
We
so
would
that's
rent
actually
that.
going to be the first thing my kids watch, because they've asked me if they can watch it. Because I told them when I was a kid, I was so scared of the Thriller video. You can't watch it. You can't watch it. It's going to scare you too much. You won't sleep. So I've kind of built it up like you can't watch it. You
Yeah,
won't be able to
yeah.
sleep. My 9-year-old is going to be like, no, I can't see it. My
They're gonna watch
13-year-old's
it,
like, I
they're
want to
like,
see it.
Oh my
this looks
god!
So we're going to watch it.
I can't
so we're
hear
gonna
that
watch
song unless it's
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't
look,
either.
Like the 80s channel on something, on XM or something, and I'll hear that in like July. I'm like,
It's just more fun when it's October.
Yeah, it's become like a Christmas
It's October.
movie.
We got to play the audio this upcoming weeks. The Thriller.
Oh my God! Yes, of
Vincent
course.
Price.
Every year.
Every year we got to play that sometime.
Should we sprinkle it like through the month? Like
Yeah, maybe
we'll do it
later
on a
this
Monday, like during a 7:00 scoop, and then we'll do it on a Tuesday the next week, like during a 6:00 scoop,
Yeah.
and then the next week it'll be Wednesday, then 8:00 scoop.
It's so funny.
It is just funny. This is the Thriller.
Now we're going something from funny to not funny,
Okay, what is it?
because Ryan was crying at a grocery store yesterday,
It's true.
and I have no idea why.
It's true. I was spotted.
I said, "Don't tell me why you were crying."
I
And
smashed
why-
my hand in the freezer door.
Yeah, what-
Oh no! I was
Look
trying
at
to buy
the
some Hot
prices.
Pockets.
I'm telling you, it will end happy.
Okay.
It's got a happy ending.
There were tears, and then there was laughter. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
4.1 KRVE. I love it.
Back to Roula and Ryan.
Okay, so I was spotted out and about, and I did have a tear or two in my eye in the grocery store yesterday.
Now, did you have a tear before this person came up to you?
No,
Or
it was
because
afterwards.
Oh yeah, were you like on your own crying in the grocery store when you were hearing a mom rock on the speakers?
I truly
Like
think
Dad Jeans music, and you're like, man, that Nickelback song
Takes me back.
sure takes me back to the Roula and Ryan Roadies. When we were Roula and Ryan Roadies,
Rocking the minivan.
and we had special seats at their shows. That was some good times.
sometimes think that we're meant to be in a place at a certain time, and it's just like fate. We were supposed to be there. I was just having nothing extraordinary that day, but I decided I'm going to cook tonight. So went to the grocery store and, get irritated at the traffic and everything. And I go in there and I'm like, I'm just a man on a mission. I want to get stuff done. And a woman come up to me, and I'm not going to say her name. I don't think she really wanted me to, say her name on the air. She came up to me and she goes, "Are you Ryan? Are you on the Roula and Ryan show?" And I'm like, yeah. And she told me a story, and it just really got to me. And it's ironic because this had just happened to me like a month ago. When I remember I told you the story at the Woodlands Resort. I was there one Sunday afternoon, and the gentleman came up to me and told me a story about how he and his wife had a routine of listening when they were going for treatment.
And his wife passed away. Right?
Yeah. So she tells me, they've got a couple of daughters, and she said, for 5 years, you and Roula and Eric and Kevin and Sam were, you guys were my best friends. And every single day when we drove into chemotherapy and I had to do treatment, we had to listen. And, we'd listen when we got home, too. And they'd listen to the podcast. And she said, y'all are my entire world. I've only just now started listening again because, unfortunately, her husband passed after 5 years of going through cancer treatment. But this is all happening in the water aisle in the grocery store.
Water aisle. There's your videos, Ozark.
And it just, it was so sweet. And, we hugged and took pictures and everything. And it just, it made my day, because there are times where I feel like I know people that, man, they're really making a difference in this world, and they're doctors and they're teachers. My brother's like the greatest teacher on earth, and my ex-wife's a teacher, and I feel like they're really shaping the world, and they're doing so much. And for her to come up and which, by the way, and I think I can speak for all of us, if you see one of us, please come up and chit chat. I mean,
just not the bathroom. That's all.
Yeah. Don't try and shake my hand when I come out of the stall. Let me wash my hands
Wait
first.
till I flush.
Anywhere else?
But
Fair play.
I just wanted to say thank you to her for coming up, because I told her, I said, you just made my day. You made my year. I mean,
That's
like
awesome.
that just felt so good. And I was wondering, have y'all had similar experiences where somebody comes up and they said, you were there with me during the best of times and the worst of times?
The best is when they come up to you and they say, like, I feel like I know you, or,
Oh, you're my best friend.
Yeah, best friend.
Yes.
Is it weird that I know so much about you and you know nothing, you don't even know who I am?
Yeah, I get
wanna
that
know.
on the regular, and I always tell them, because usually when I'm told that, the person that is coming up to say that to me is with somebody else, and they always refer to the person. They're like, she thinks I'm crazy, or he thinks I'm crazy, but I'm going to tell you this because I can't believe I'm seeing you in person, or I never thought I'd run into you. You're my best friend, and this person teases me all the time, like, how can you be best friends with her? You don't even know her. And I always tell the person who's saying it to me and their person with them, I am never offended by that. I don't think that's weird at all. I don't think that's crazy. I think that's such a compliment, because I always tell people, you remember more than we do on what we say about our lives. Mm-hmm. There's like little blips of our lives that our Roula and Ryan Show family listeners get. You don't get the whole 4 hours all the time. And we do, because we're doing the 4 hours, and then we forget. Like, how many times have we said by 9 a.m.? What do we do at 6:30 again?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Always.
But for people whose
a couple hundred
commute
shows.
is 6:30, right? There are blips of our show that have really stuck with them that they remember. Then they retell it to us, like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I did that."
You forget.
It's just awesome. It's just awesome. So yeah, I've had
Here, I'm not
a lot of awesome moments
the
like
photo.
that.
I'm not going to post it because I didn't get permission. But there we are. And just, it was, I just want to say
Nice
thank
shot.
you to her, because it was so wonderful. And sometimes we get so caught up in life and don't realize that
because we do goofy
you have
stuff
an
here.
impact.
Like we do Try Tuesdays. We do weird stuff. So
When
It's
I meet
fun.
fun.
when I meet parents and they tell me that their kids do my voices, I am blown away, because I used to watch like Dana Carvey,
yeah, on Saturday Night Live, yeah.
and right, and all these people on mostly Saturday Night Live do all these different characters and voices, and I tried so hard, and then I got into plays and I was able to do that kind of stuff, and to hear that kids are doing some of my stupid voices, it touches me so deeply.
Because maybe they'll take those voices and then
You'll create a star of the future.
I know. I'm
and
like,
you're
oh my goodness.
You're the inspiration.
That was terrible, but thank you.
It's so cute.
It just makes you
It's
feel-
true. It's like what you remember. You're like, oh, I remember when I was a kid, I used to listen to the radio, and this guy would do this funny voice, and then they grow up doing a voice or something. I mean, whoever Peter the Meter Reader guy was, the song that I remember when I was a child driving to school, I don't remember that. I don't know who that girl is, but I always remember that with the girl singing the Peter the Meter Reader song. I don't know. It's all these little things shape you remember it forever, right?
I just love doing having us do the show for Houston.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of my friends that they brag they're on like 20 markets, but I'm like, first of all, if you add all those markets up, they don't even combine it close to how big
Half the
Houston
city's
is.
number.
And like a syndicated show, like why I don't even understand why you'd want to listen to that when you got your community.
There's
and people,
no connection to the community.
Yeah, unless you're just
You
looking
can
for
actually
like
see us out and about.
yeah,
like in
right.
Houston.
Things we're talking about are actually happening here.
Yeah.
It's a syndicated show. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't.
Well,
They just care about making lots of money. Because believe me, we've had chances to do a lot of things.
yeah.
But we love this city. We want to stay here.
Well, when you're doing a morning
Marry the
show
market.
that's syndicated, it's a whole different animal because, look, when you're a morning show, you are invested in your city, in the fibers of your city as a morning show. And you are supposed to live what your city is living. Like when Harvey happened, we all lived Harvey.
Community. You're supposed to help the community.
Either we all flooded or we were scared we were going to flood, or we had people in that we love flooded and they lived with us and we lived what you lived. So I feel like when you are a morning show, it is super important to live what your audience is living.
I just want to thank everybody that listens. I mean, we really are blessed in so many ways. But, I mean, the real stars of this show are the people that call and the people that listen. So thank you very much.
And Ahmad.
Special K, my 13-year-old son loves you, says this texter. He's been listening to the show since he was 6. He's probably one of those kids that does your voices. One listener says, I'm listening from Dallas today. I'm working up here, and oh my gosh, y'all, my morning routine. You're my besties, and I've never met you. Hey, Eric, I'm the cake lady's sister from Baytown.
Oh, nice.
The cake
I went to the Bubba's birthday party.
birthday party.
The cake,
Oh, that was so cool that you did that.
the cake that they had a cool like the Xbox controller on it, made of
Made of cake.
whatever. I don't know what they
Is it
Fondant.
cake?
Yeah,
Is it
fondant.
cake?
By bite it,
Fondant.
On Netflix.
but it's really the
Is it
controller.
cake?
But she reached out to me and said, we made that cake for them. So, yeah.
That's so
So
good. Well, we just
sweet.
love you guys. Big hug to the Roula and Ryan Show family.
Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan Show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, let's get to something. This should make every parent's blood boil. Cy-Fair ISD parents, they're really demanding a change to the bus routes. 3 students, y'all, were hit by vehicles last week, and this comes a couple of months after the district had eliminated nearly 80 bus routes due to budget cuts. These poor kids are having to walk to school, and they're in busy streets, dangerous streets. Now families say their safety depends on the routes being reinstated. Do the right thing. You can't skimp when it comes to our kids' safety.
Nope.
I mean, that's just a horrible thing. Police arrested a Bel Air high school teacher last week after an officer attempted to pull the teacher over and accused the teacher of having a stolen gun in his car and a Wisconsin 11-year-old child's Social Security card in his wallet. Police placed the career and technical education teacher in custody for traffic violations. This is according to the police. His wallet had a North Carolina ID, 2 Social Security cards, and one of those actually belonged to an 11-year-old girl from Wisconsin. What in the world?
Why do you have that? Did he say?
HISD has not commented on this.
What was his job?
Why not?
He was a career and technical education teacher. Yeah.
And what's he busted for?
Well, he had
a gun.
A gun. He had a
Stolen
Glock.
gun?
It was a Glock he had in his car. Yeah, he pulled into the parking lot. You know, and they said he was not
11-year-old
cooperative.
Wisconsin's
What the hell?
ID.
He had Social
I feel like we're
Security
missing a lot of
card.
the story. I don't know what this kid.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, that's all I said. I know I'm known as Clickbait Ryan.
But you're like, I looked through this
But I
story.
went through this one. Oh, real quick. The cost of buying a Mega Millions jackpot dream is going to more than double.
Yeah, this is BS.
This is BS. Lottery officials said they're confident players won't mind paying more after the changes will lead to bigger prizes, larger prizes, and more frequent winners. Okay, so it's going to go from like $2 to $5 to play Mega Millions beginning in April 2025. That's crazy. They're more than doubling the price. Powerball
so when they
officials
say-
said no plans to change their prices.
They say you're going to win more money.
Yeah, they said you'll have bigger jackpots and more frequent wins. I don't see how. Unless they take the number
down,
off.
Take the numbers down. Or
Yeah.
something. $5.
That's
crazy.
a big increase. It's more than doubled from 2 to 5.
It's like everywhere, man. We're getting gouged from the tipping to streaming services jacking it up every like $2 every 3-4 months.
Yep.
Tipping. The tipping.
I'm so over the tipping. I accidentally double tipped the other day. They'd factored the tip in, and then I went ahead and I didn't read it, and I hit 20% tip on the little thing. So the person got a 40% tip. As I'm driving home, I realized, oh my God, what an idiot I am.
My daughter wanted salami yesterday. So I went with her. She got it, and then a drink. I looked at it, it was $22.
Oh my God.
For a bowl of
Did she
lettuce.
get like double?
insane.
I think she got
meat?
double chicken, maybe.
No, I think that's just probably their normal.
I think I
price.
remember she said another
I
scoop.
went one time and I was like, nope, I'm never going back again.
Yeah, you try
$22.
salad and go. That's where it's at. You can get salad for like $8.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, and it will fill you up.
And the funny
Someone-
thing is, if you spend $8 at the grocery store, you could buy all the ingredients to make 10 salads.
But then
I know,
you
but
have to have
somebody
the
else is
time.
making a
and
salad
you want to eat
always
right
tastes
now.
better.
I know.
Always.
And also, it just takes forever. I love to make my own salad, but guess what? I don't have the time.
No, it definitely takes like 15 minutes to make a D salad.
Yes,
Yeah.
cut it all up and put it all together.
Wash it.
You do it
Yeah.
at night, and then you have it and put it in the
Oh, then it
Tupperware.
wilts. You know, you put things together.
Let someone else toss my salad. Screw that. I don't want it.
Yeah.
$22.
Oh,
feel you.
please tell me we got that audio.
Some people would prefer
Here's
that,
Eric.
I guess.
Nope, I ain't gonna play that one again. Nope.
Coming up next, if you have been wronged and you made it right and you got your revenge, you contact us and tell us, well, what happened? Who wronged you? What were the circumstances? We're going to hear it next on The Roula and Ryan Show.